What's up, you guys? It's Cody coming back at you with another video, and as the title says, this is going to be an update on the high pressure oil crossover that we did a couple videos ago, I think it was now. And then also towards the end of the video, or at the end of the video, we're going to do a first time 0 to 60 using the new edge monitor, because it has a 0 to 60. Now previously, anytime I did a performance upgrade, we did a 0 to 45, and I just recorded it and then used a separate timer while I watched the video, so it wasn't probably very accurate. But now that we have the edge, we can do 0 to 60s, and hopefully it's pretty accurate, so we'll do that towards the end. First, let me talk about the high pressure oil crossover. Now, over the weekend, we went on a vacation, and I drove out about 80 miles one way. We rented a beach house, and so it was 80 miles one way. Came back about 3 days later, 80 miles back. And basically, I don't know when it started, but when I got back, I had parked my truck and unloaded for a while, maybe 10 minutes, 5 minutes of the truck running, unloaded some stuff from the bed, and then looked underneath, and I had a huge oil leak, like at least probably close to half a quart of oil was leaking underneath my truck. Now, I don't think it was for very long, because I pulled the dipstick and checked my level after I shut the truck off. Of course, I pulled the dipstick and checked my oil level, and I was still good, so I don't think it was leaking for a long time. I think that oil leak pretty much started when I was unloading. So, you know, I kind of was going through some stress about that, didn't know what was leaking, but I figured the most recent mod I did was the high pressure oil crossover, so I had a feeling that's what it was going to be, and that did end up being what the problem was. That's where my oil leak was coming from. So let me go ahead and walk out to the truck and show you guys what the problem was, how I fixed it. It's already fixed. We'll go over that, and then, like I said, we'll get into the 0 to 60. So let's go out to the truck real quick. All right, guys, so like I said, real quick, here is the high pressure oil crossover line, right there. That stainless steel line you see back there underneath this cold side tube and that air intake heater delete plug. That is our high pressure oil crossover right there. Now, basically, like I said, I was unloading, and the truck was sitting at idle for about 10 minutes while I unloaded the bed, and then underneath here was a huge oil leak. Like, it had to have been like close to half a quart. This is not where it happened, obviously, but it was probably close to half a quart of oil leaked. And like I said, I was kind of stressing about what it was, but I came up here and looked at that fitting. The other side seemed okay, and this side, I can't get a good view of it again. Basically, this side right here, that fitting right there, had some oil coming out of it. I put my finger back behind it, and there was some oil coming out of it, and I could see a bunch of oil in the valley. So I looked closer, and it looked like the O-ring was coming out a little bit. The O-ring had split, and some of it was sticking out. Now, Riffraff makes great, reliable products. You know, a lot of people use Riffraff products, and I trust their products. I stand by their products. I don't think they had cheap O-rings, but they do have torque specifications for those fittings with the O-rings. I didn't follow those. I just tightened it pretty good with the long ratcheting wrench. So I think I just over tightened it, and I think it ended up splitting the O-ring. So what I did, took me about 30 minutes, and I'm telling you guys this in case it happens to you. It took me about 30 minutes to take the fitting apart, the compression side off of the tube, off of the fitting, take the fitting back out of the block, and then I took the O-ring off, and I took the old plug, the original factory plug that was in there with the original factory O-ring that was on it. I mean, the O-ring may have been replaced before. I've had a lot of O-rings and seals replaced in here to stop oil leaks, so my mechanic may have done it for me. But anyways, I took this O-ring off of it. This is obviously the other one. Let me see. Here is the one I took the O-ring off of. So I took the O-ring off of this, put it back on the fitting, and then put the fitting back in and the tube back on. So I basically reinstalled the high pressure oil crossover with a new O-ring, and it hasn't leaked very much since. Now, I did get a pressure washer. I got a pressure washer in there and washed it out and tried to get as much oil out of the valley as possible, and then got underneath the truck and tried to clean out as much as possible. Now, obviously, there might still be some residual, but as you can maybe kind of see, aside from the glare, there's not too much oil on the bottom of the oil pan anymore. You see a little drop coming off of the drain bolt. Probably still some residual. There's some oil coming down these lines a little bit. And as you can see, we just have a couple drops right here. And one, I think some of that is residual, leftover oil from in the valley. And two, this truck always had a minor oil leak on it that I never really found. I took it to my mechanic and tried to get all the oil leaks taken care of, and still had one little drop. Like, it's been parked for hours, and then that little drop is pretty much, that's a little more than it used to be. But like I said, I think there's some residual, and that's all there would usually be. As you can see, that's not that bad. I think that for the most part we took care of it. As far as that high pressure oil crossover goes, it's not really leaking any more oil in there. I already checked it. It's pretty clean. I can't really get good views of it for you guys from up here, but it's pretty good. So like I said, if that happens to you and you see it leaking, check the O-rings on the high pressure oil crossover, and if you need to, take the old O-rings off of here or buy new O-rings, and it should fix your problem. At least it did for me. Alright, so that's pretty much it for the update on the high pressure oil crossover, other than how it's performing. As far as that goes, the engine is definitely a lot quieter at idle. I think that it accelerates a lot smoother. I told you guys all this in the video of the install, and updating on it, it just still seems to be true. Like I said, I did like 160 to 180 mile trip over the weekend, and the truck's running great. Aside from what happened, it's quieter, it's smoother, it feels good. Maybe got a little bit of performance out of it, a little better performance and a little better throttle response. Acceleration already at highway speeds is pretty good. So overall, I'm really happy with it. You know, like I said, I think I over tightened it and broke that O-ring, or whatever the case was that happened. We fixed it now. Hopefully we don't have any problems with it again. So happy with it. You know, there's the update. Now let's get into doing the first ever 0 to 60 on this Edge monitor. My first time, not the first time ever, but my first time ever doing this 0 to 60 on the Edge monitor. Let's go ahead and jump in the truck and talk about that a little bit, and then we'll go ahead and do that. Alright guys, so like I said, we're gonna go ahead and go for a drive right now. I'll show you guys how the 0 to 60 works on the monitor, how to get to it and everything, and then we'll do it. We'll see how we do. I have no idea what the 0 to 60 is gonna be, because like I said, I always did 0 to 45s. So now I don't want to do anything illegal, so I think we're gonna take a drive down to Mexico, so that way we could do this down there instead of here in the States. So let's go for a drive, and well, I'm gonna go for a drive. You guys are gonna see it right now. Alright guys, so here we are. We're gonna do our 0 to 60. In order to do that, hit the home button, go down to performance tests, hit enter, 0 to 60, and it's pretty much ready to go. So I'm gonna try and get this on video for the best, for you, the best that I can. Might be kind of difficult, shaky truck, bouncy truck, but you know, of course I'll share the results with you guys at the end. So all right, here we go. All right, I know that was really shaky, so hold on, let me stop so you guys can see it, or really slow down. So here it is. It says test complete, 60 miles per hour, 8.7 seconds. Wow, I'm actually surprised with the 8.7 seconds, just because wow, actually that's pretty good. You know, before I started doing a lot of performance upgrades on this truck that I've shared with you guys, I think I did like 8.5 0 to 45 before I had the Edge monitor, and I was doing 0 to 45s, not 0 to 60s. I think I started off getting 8.5 second 0 to 45s. Hold on one second. So yeah, I started off getting 8.5 second 0 to 45s, and then we did a couple performance, performance upgrades. We did the fuel pressure spring. What else did we do? We upgraded from the oiled K&N intake to the dry AFE intake. We did the 5-inch straight pipe. We've done the high pressure oil crossover, and I think there's maybe one other small thing that I'm missing down there in the engine bay. Maybe not, I think that's it, but we went from 8.5 seconds on 0 to 45 to 8.5 seconds on 0 to 60, so that's pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with that. So definitely seen some performance gains from those upgrades, which is obviously what we want when you're dumping tons of money into performance upgrades on your truck. So yeah, that's pretty much it, you guys. Update for today on the truck. We still got more to come. I have headlights that I still want to install, but it turns out I think I need to buy a little wiring harness adapter still. I didn't know that until I was gonna throw them on, and then I think I need to buy this wiring harness adapter. So I'm gonna go home and make sure, see if I really need those or not, order it if I do, and then hopefully I can throw those headlights on soon. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget, if you guys enjoyed this video and you enjoy this channel, please show some love by hitting that like button, leaving a comment, subscribe if you aren't already, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.